Alright, so here's the deal. That's right, there's a deal. See if y'all can hear it. On my truck, I had a warning low fuel pressure pop up on my truck yesterday. And I was in between Montgomery and Eufaula. That's when it popped up. Eufaula, Alabama. And that's when it popped up. And I went ahead and drove it to the GN yesterday. Did what I needed to do there. Left there, and on my way to my next GN that I went to work on whatever it is I need to work on there, it popped up, let's see, engine power has been reduced. Warning. It was a big red light, and everything. I don't know if y'all could hear it. I can hear. I think it's a fuel pump is what it is. I think that's what it is. I don't know if y'all could hear it. I can hear it sitting here, but I don't know if y'all can hear it on the phone or the camera anyway. But anyway, so the low fuel pressure light come on. It says, see the owner's manual. So I looked in the owner's manual and it said, contact your local dealer. I don't know why they couldn't just put that on the screen, But anyway, that's where I'm off to now, to the dealership to have it looked at. You'd think that if I had low fuel pressure, my fuel mileage would be, affected as well, but it hasn't affected my fuel mileage. Anyway, of course, it's right here in the middle of harvest season, cotton ginning season, so you still that don't stop just because you can't, you're immobile, so it always makes that a big pain in the butt. But we're gonna carry it down here to the dealership and see what they have to say. The weird thing is, I remember a time whenever you carried your car to the dealership or carried it anywhere really to have it looked at, it was always on a first come first served basis. The earlier you got there, the earlier they got to your vehicle, and the earlier they got you fixed and out. The later you got there, if it was too late in the afternoon or something, they'd always tell you, hey, we're not going to be able to get to it before we close down today. We're going to have to see if you can bring it in tomorrow or something, And that's the way it used to be. Now you've got to make an appointment. Now, I don't know how much time they allot for these appointments. Is it like going to the dentist where you go in and you make an appointment, he just goes in and looks and says, yeah, you got a cavity, we need to make another appointment to get your cavity fixed. Why can't you fix it like right now? Well, you don't have enough time on our appointment books right now. So now I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, if they got the parts, I'm hoping they can get to it and fix it today. Because the last thing I need to do is come back another day with this thing. And it's almost Thanksgiving, which means everything gets hectic around the holidays. Thanksgiving and Christmas is just a mess. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping they can get to it today anyway. That's my hope. Like I said, I think it's a fuel pump. I can hear it. Matter of fact, I got down there. I know where the fuel pump's at. I got down there and felt it, and it's rattling, raising all kinds of cane. So before I go anywhere else, I got to go to the dealership. Normally when I'm off, I carry my son to school, but I couldn't carry him to school this morning because I had to go to the dealership, and I didn't know how many cranks I had left. So I know it cranked up now. And it may crank up every time. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. So I got to try to get around this Dodge here. It responds okay, but you can feel it sputtering and spitting a little bit. So anyway, that's what we're hoping for. Alright, so I got it checked out. I got the truck checked out. And it comes to find out it's the fuel filter. Not the fuel pump. Fuel pump's okay. Fuel filter. So, they got that taken care of. And there's a recall, of course, there's a recall. They're going to do that regardless. I can take this thing off. It chokes me. There's a fuel filter. And truck definitely sounds better. I can tell a difference when I cranked it up. So we got that good. Now I got to get out on the road again. I hate it when stuff like this happens because it puts me behind. Now I got to track all my rats down here. Y'all see that? Cottonseed, they spread out here just as a filler to soak up some mud. We've got so much rain here lately, it's starting to sprout. Just run it. Just laid it out here so it could fill in some of that muddy spot and everything. It's already starting to sprout. It's supposed to turn cold next week though. That'll put the kibosh on that. Alright y'all, we are heading down to Mobile. I came through yesterday. I was over close to Albany, Georgia. I made it all the way to Atmore, Alabama last night. I had a part to drop off to a customer this morning in Atmore. So I just left Atmore and coming down here to Mobile. Last night, on the way to Atmore, from about Evergreen all the way to Atmore, it flooded. I mean, it flooded. Traffic was slowed down to about 35-40 miles an hour most of the way. Every once in a while it'd slack up where it was just a regular rain. But man, it flooded last night. And it's hard to see on the interstate anyway if they don't have those reflectors in the middle. It's just hard to see the lines when there's, you know, you'd think the water, oh buddy, what you doing? It's hard to see the lines anyway. Don't have those reflectors on there, especially when it's flooding like that. I mean, it was flooding. It's not good for the cotton crop. Timing is everything, especially in farming. Timing is everything. And right now is not the best time in the world for it to rain because you got farmers who have picked and they've got their modules sitting out in the field. Even though it's got a tarp on it, it still gets wet. And it has to sit out there until it's dry enough for a module hauler to go out there and get it. Well, if it's still wet, he can't get out there and get it, and that means that cotton's getting wet. And wet cotton is no fun to run. I'm just, here to tell you, it is no fun to run. Hey, I made a rhyme. It's no fun to run. And if it hadn't been picked, if it's just sitting out there and it hasn't been picked yet, then the farmer can't get out there and pick it because he can't get his tractors in the field. It's all muddy. So it really throws a kibosh on everything. That's my new word, kibosh. I have no idea what it means. It could mean small-brained fellow who speaks it, for all I know. And it would be very accurate. But man, this rain was the last thing we needed to see. Because now if a gin runs out of cotton because they can't get into the field, they'll never run out of cotton, but they run down so slow, it just extends the ginning season just, wide open. So, and you can't gin as fast, which means your employees that you still have to pay them the same amount no matter how fast you run. So you don't make as much money on other things. And the crop was down, anywhere between 30 and 50% in most places anyway. So it's not been a good year, especially with hurricanes too. It's just been
bad.